Like I have total 18 years of experience in SAP BW, BI, BO, SAC, BW for HANA. Okay, I'm certified consultant. I'm certified consultant in SAP BW for HANA, SAP Business Objects, SAC as well. Okay, and yeah, in the training session, I have handled more than like 75 batches till now. In this training session, okay, we'll be covering like first we'll start with BW. What is it? Like we'll start with SAP. What is SAP? SAP is an ERP product. You have n number of products in SAP. So what are those products? Where does your SAP BW stands? What is the evolution of your SAP BW? Okay, all those things will be covered. And in this training session, we'll be covering both SAP BW version at the same time SAP BW for HANA version as well. Okay, we are going to discuss each and everything in detail. Just as of now, I'm giving a heads up because if you see, okay, if you see like SAP BW has started, see, SAP BW has started with a version called 2.18 in the 1998. Okay, then slowly as of now, because it's the initial product, after that they have started enhancing the product. They're keep on adding a new feature so that the tool be very fulfilling to the user's requirement. Okay, so like that they have started from 1.2a, 1.2b, 2.0, 2.0b, 2.1, 3.0, 3.1, 3.3, 3.5 version. Okay, then 7, 7.5, like that we have n number of versions here. Okay, the main difference what I want to convey is, okay, till SAP BW 7.5, okay, this is on your Oracle. DB is Oracle. Okay, and then you have SAP BW HANA. What is that we are going to discuss? Okay, but why I am telling this thing is we'll be covering these two topics here in this training session, because I don't think many of the training will have both. Because they will consider this 7.5 version as a different training and BW HANA is a separate training. Okay, but how do we plan? Me and Mahesh, what we have decided is, when we say we are going to train you in SAP BW, we want to give the complete package, not half cooked. We want to give a complete package, because now in the market you have both the versions available, and there are many projects which are having the both the versions. So when you go to the job search, you don't know, right, in which project you will be going. You will be working on 7.5 version, or you will be working on BW on HANA, right? We don't know. So based on the company's requirement, based on the project, you will be assigned to the respective version of the BW project. So in this training session, we'll be covering both, so that once you go out and searching for the job or getting a project, or once you get to the company also, you will be very well versed with both of these. Okay, BW for HANA, at the same time BW as well. Okay, that is the reason we are going to take up both the sessions. Fine. Okay, and who can learn this course? Anybody. The best part of this training session is, okay, we will start from the scratch. We'll start from the scratch. Anyone who knows how to work with the computer, first part, and then how to analyze. Okay, how to analyze. Simple, if you have the analytical skills, that will be more than enough to learn SAP BW BI. Okay, fine. So just, before I start today, what I try to do is I'll try to explain simple thing like what is ERP, what is SAP, and what are the things we have in SAP. Overview, just an overview. And what is BW? What is that we are going to cover in SAP BW? Okay, fine. Do you ever heard about the component called ERP? What is ERP?
Enterprise research planning, sir.
Yes, resource planning. Enterprise resource planning. Can you name me some ERP products? Some ERP products. Oracle is an ERP product, right? SAP is an ERP product. PeopleSoft is an ERP product. Barn is an ERP product. JD Edwards is an ERP product. Okay, fine. So when we have these many ERP products, why SAP? If you see the like occupancy, means most used components in the market, SAP is very widely used. SAP is very widely used. Why it is widely used in the market? What is the reason behind that? Okay, if you see Oracle, why Oracle is famous for? Any idea?
Oracle Finance also there.
Yeah, Oracle Finance. I mean, that's the reason I said Oracle. I did not say Oracle Apps, Oracle Finance, right? You have many products within the Oracle.
Yes,
but
sir.
still
It's Oracle
altogether
actually.
it's an ERP product.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why Oracle is famous for?
Oracle famous actually it's a programming, sir.
No. Oracle Finance is there, right?
Yeah, is there, sir?
Right. So in Oracle, when you buy as an ERP product, we say that, see, so in the backend again, it's a programming. It has a database. We write the programs to load the data, to restrict, transformation, everything will be done through program. But as an application, there's a application in Oracle which is finance. Finance is very famous in Oracle Finance. It is one of the most famous product in the ERPs. But suppose if the client wants to implement only finance, then definitely I will suggest Oracle Finance is very good. No other product is as good as Oracle Finance. PeopleSoft. Why is PeopleSoft is famous for? HR. PeopleSoft is famous for your HR module, human resource module. If any company wants to implement only HR module, yes, obviously it is also PeopleSoft is one of the best products. And Barn and JD Edwards for your logistics module. Any idea what are logistics?
Sales and distribution, finance,
Not finance.
FD, not kind, sir.
Distribution, material management, production planning, okay, retails, warehouse management. These are all known as a logistics module. If any company, sales company is there, production company is there, or inventory company, they want to maintain an inventory, they want to maintain a purchasing, okay, information, they want to have a warehouse management, then yes, JD Edwards or Barn are the famous product. But if they have the JD Edwards and Barn and they want to implement finance, no, they have to suppose, in this case, say I have a small organization, and in this organization, I'll say I want to have SD, I want to have MM, I want to have FI, I have a small industry, and in this industry, I have these different sectors, FI and HR. Fine. So I have these applications in my organization, and I want to have some software. So what I can do for SD and MM, I can go for Barn or JD Edwards. For HR, I will go for PeopleSoft. For finance, I will go for Oracle Apps. Fine. Now, suppose I'm creating a sales order. Okay, I'm selling a product. I'm selling a product to the customer. Fine. When you get the billing, the corresponding postings has to be posted to the finance. The corresponding postings has to be posted to the finance, right? Okay, that means there should be an integration between these two modules. There should be an integration between these two modules, SD and finance. Suppose now I'm getting a sales order. Say I want to buy 50 laptops. Somebody has ordered 50 laptops. Then what I do? I'll check in my inventory whether I have the sufficient material or not. I'll check whether I have sufficient materials or not. That means there should be an integration between SD and MM. SD and MM. Okay, in the same way, suppose I have a people who are working in the finance department, who are working in the sales department, who are working on the inventory and the purchasing department. That means I have to maintain their employment history. That means again there should be an integration between your modules. For this integration, they might be using some third-party tools. So what will happen? Suppose now I am using one version. Down the line, a newer version has come for the Oracle. That means whenever I am doing any enhancement to that particular Oracle application, again I have to check if the current or present integration module will support or not. That means whenever there is one change in any one of the applications, we have to cross-check on all the modules whether it is applicable or not, whether it will go fine with this present architecture or not. So always there is a risk factor is there, the money factor will be there, and the time factor will be there. But if you implement SAP, SAP has all these modules inbuilt. SAP has all these modules inbuilt. The SAP comes with SD, MM, PP, HR, FI, you name it. You have all the modules within the SAP. So if you buy one SAP application, that will survive your whole industry, whole company will be survived. Okay, so that is the one reason why SAP has become so famous in the market. Why? So SAP has tight integration across the modules. SAP has a tight integration across the modules, and SAP is the one product which has all the modules like SD, MM, PP, HR, FI, the warehouse management, retails, and not only that, it also provides industry-wise your applications. Like you have defense. For defense, they have the separate set of applications. For utilities, they have different sectors. Okay. For banking, insurance, for logistics, they have different industry-wide sectors also. They have provided the softwares. Okay. So that is the one single reason why SAP has become so famous in the market. Okay. So do you have any questions or any doubts here regarding the ERP and why SAP has become so famous? So what you can say why SAP has become so famous in the market? What is the single reason? Why SAP has become so famous?
Because it has all logistics, including in one SAP model.
Right, means it has a single ERP product which has all the modules inbuilt with a tight integration. That is a single statement you can say and end up the answer. Okay, fine. Next, what is the abbreviation of SAP?
System applications in products in data processing, sir.
Yes, system applications and product. Okay, and obviously these all things leads to your data operations only. Okay, SAP stands for system applications and product in data processing. SAP basically majorly divides into three areas. SAP basically divides into three areas. functional, technical, techno-functional. Functional, technical, and techno-functional. When you say functional, so what are the different functional modules what you have? Like sales and distribution, material management, production planning, human resource, finance, warehouse management, okay, and then you have customer relationship management, and you have SCM supply chain management, SR supplier relationship management, warehouse management, retails. Like this, we have different modules. These are all known as a functional modules in SAP. Sales and distribution, material management. Sales and distribution basically for your sales. If any company which are into sales, like you're selling the products, okay. And like again divides into two major areas. One is purchasing and one is inventory. Inventory is nothing but your stocks. You keep all your stocks over there. And purchasing is nothing but if you want to buy any raw materials, or if you want to buy any material from the outside, then the purchasing comes into picture. Production planning, suppose it's a manufacturing unit, it is a manufacturing, that means you are trying to develop your own product, manufacture your own product, that means your production planning. F5, yes, if you want to deal all your finances, transactions, then it will be maintained in your F5. Warehouse management, it is again comes to your tight integration with your inventory, okay. And then CRM, customer relationship management, like you have many industries in the market, like your like your Airtel, right? It's a CRM, customer means the customer relationship, mostly it's a front face, mostly it is integrating with your direct customers, okay. SCM, supply chain management, again it is a combination of your and PP. SRM, supplier relationship management, okay. Warehouse management, already we have written up. And then your retails industry, like you have Chromo in India, right? You have Big Bazaar, those are all into retail industries, okay. If they want to have any software, they can use this one, okay. So these are all your functional modules. Then technical, what are the technical things? And the other thing is, if you want to pursue career into sales, like your any one of these functional areas, like SD, PP, HR, anything, at least if you have the little bit of background knowledge of that, like if anybody has done MBA with HR, then it's better they can go with HR. Or if somebody has done the CA, or they have done the finance, then they can use the finance module. And if somebody has working experience in manufacturing unit, then they can go with PP, okay. Like that they can choose their any module. Yes, anybody can learn anything, but only thing is you have to struggle more. If you are engineering background, still there are people who has learned the SD, PP, HR, FI, but only thing is you have to struggle a little bit more, and you have to spend more time on your core functionalities, okay. Then coming to technical, what are the technical things we have? You have ABAP. ABAP is nothing but a programming language. ABAP is nothing but a programming language. And then you have ABAP, then you have BASIS. BASIS is nothing but your networking guy who maintains the installation of your software, maintain the securities, okay. BASIS is the person who will be doing that. And then you have XI or PI, okay. XI, exchange interface or process integration. If you want to maintain the data, transfer the data between the systems, SAP system and non-SAP systems, then we use this product called XI or PI. And nowadays you have one more component, Fury. It's again a purely a programming which needs your Java, HTML knowledge, okay. Anybody who has very good knowledge, they can go ahead with the Fury, okay. And then here we come, technical, BW, BI or BIW, okay, or BW on HANA or BW for HANA. Everything is one and the same, guys. Only the versioning difference. Only the version is different. That's it. But otherwise, every component is one and the same. One and the same. Okay, fine. So why SAP BW is known as a techno-functional? What is the main purpose of BW, guys? Anybody knows that? What is the main purpose of BW or BIW? What is the full form of BW? Abbreviation of BW or BIW?
So is it business warehouse?
Yes, business warehouse, or we can say business intelligence warehouse or business intelligence. Okay, so but everything is one and the same. And what is the main purpose of BW? Why do you need this BW system?
To analyze the data, sir.
Okay, in which form? How do you analyze the data?
Based on the old data, we can load into the BW system from the source system.
Reports.
Yeah,
The
report
main
for report purpose.
right?
Yes, sir.
We generate
Yes.
the reports and we give this report to the users.
Users, yes, sir.
Right, so they will do the analysis. The more, or we give these reports to the management, so they will do the analysis, and based on the analysis they take the decision. That is the reason this system is also known as DSS system, decision support system. Okay, fine. So based on the report, the management people will do the analysis, and based on the analysis they take the decisions. Okay, that's the reason why it is known as DSS system. Fine. So can't we generate the reports in your this system, functional system? Yes, we can also generate the reports in your functional system, but this works on OLTP concept, online transaction processing system. Online transaction processing system. Okay, online analytical processing system, and your BW system works on OLAP. OLAP, online analytical processing system. Online analytical processing system. Okay, so the main function of your OLTP system is to perform your day-to-day transactions. The best example is your ATM machine. We go to the ATM machine to perform some transactions, like if you want to withdraw the money or if you want to deposit the money. Okay, then you can go to the ATM machine, and then you can, if you want a mini statement, yes, we can go to the ATM machine and we can perform those activities. But if you want to deposit, say 3 lakhs rupees or 5 lakhs rupees, can you do in the ATM machine? No, we cannot do that activity in the ATM machine to deposit the huge amount. In the same way, if you want to, from ATM machine, we can get the mini statement. That means the maximum of last 10 transactions. But if you want to have a statement for last 1 year to 2 years or 5 years, then what we do? We go to the bank or we log on to your banking system from where you get the historical data. Okay, so this system, your OLTP system, is only to perform your day-to-day transaction. It is not a reporting system. Whereas your BW system holds your historical data. Based on the historical data, we generate the reports. We generate the reports, and based on the reports, the management people will do the analysis. Based on the analysis, they will take the decisions. Okay, so that is the main purpose of your BW system. Okay, what data we are getting from into BW system? Yes, we are getting the functional data. We are getting the functional data. That is the reason it is known as a functional. That is the reason it is known as a functional. And in order to extract the data, from your functional system to your BW system, by using ETL process. By using ETL process. What is ETL? Any idea?
For extraction, transformation, and loading, sir.
Right. Extraction, transformation and loading. Okay, so the process of this is a technical part. This is a technical part, extracting the data from the different sources to your BW system. So that is the reason SAP BW BI or BW on HANA is known as a techno-functional. Techno-functional. Okay. Any doubts or any questions over here? What is SAP? What are the different functional modules we have in SAP? Like your technical functional modules, we have SGMM, PP, HR. And then in technical, we have ABAP, Basis, XI, PI, or Fury. And then we have a techno-functional, which is BW. Okay. Any doubts or any questions? Okay, great. Fine. Now, as I told you, SAP BW or BIW or BW on HANA basically divides into again three areas here. Okay, here we say modeling, extraction, reporting. Okay, fine. Modeling, SAP BW basically divides into three areas: modeling, extraction, and reporting. Okay, fine. When you say modeling, say I have water in the river. Okay, I want to get this water to my apartments. So what do I need? I have a water in the river and I want to get this water to my apartments. So what we should do? What do I need? It's a simple question. Day-to-day activities. Everybody will be seeing this one, right?
Pipeline, sir.
Fine. We need a pipeline. Okay, fine. If I have the pipeline directly, the water what I have in a river, can I directly get it to my apartments?
No, sir. We have to decide.
We have to place it in a tank, right? Storage locations, tanks. Can I drink the same water what I get it from the river?
No, sir, we can't.
Purification, right? Purification. We purify the water because the river what we have, the water what we have in the river may not be directly drinkable, right? We cannot drink the water directly. So we have a purification system where the water will be purified. From there, yes, again, we store the data in the respective area tankers, overhead tanks. From there, the water will go to the respective apartments. From there, the water will go to the respective apartments, right? Same thing we do in the BW. The same thing we do in the BW. So, in the modeling, this is what we are going to create. Pipeline to transfer the data from different source systems to your BW system. Okay? The same thing we perform in the BW system as well. So, what are the components here? These are the few components. I'm not writing everything in detail because we are going to cover this all these parts when we are taking up a regular class. Okay. So info objects. There's a component called info object. Like in general term, we call it as fields. In Oracle, we call it as field. Like your customer, product, vendor, plant, region, country. Right. These are all the fields. The same fields in BW we have a terminology called info objects. Okay, and then we have DSO, data store object, info cube, multi-provider. Okay, transformations. So these are the few components that we'll be using in SAP BW system to create your pipeline, to transfer the data from different source to your BW system. Okay. And in this training session, we will be covering, we have to extract the data, right? So what are the different types of extraction data? We will be using it. So suppose I have a data in flat file, that is your Excel sheet. If I have the data in Excel sheet, how I have to extract the data from that Excel sheet to the BW system, we'll be covering in this session. Then if my source is SAP, means your functional modules. And also we have different extraction methods. LO extraction means if you want to extract the data from logistics module, like your sales and distribution, material management, production planning, warehouse management, retails, there's a different method to extract it. So we'll be using LO extraction. Then we have COPA extraction. COPA extraction, controlling and profitability analysis. This is part of the finance. This is part of the finance. In order to extract the data from this module, there is a different method. Okay. Generic extraction. Generic extraction means the best part of SAP is we need not to create everything from the scratch. SAP has already done the global analysis and they have delivered all the components, means almost 70% of the component which are used, which will be used in the organization, are already created and delivered along with your software itself. And delivered along with your software. Suppose if your business requirement doesn't satisfy with respect to that particular component which SAP provides, then we can also create our own. Then we can also create our own component. The method is known as generic extraction. Generic extraction. Then we have enhancements. Means suppose I have a already structure. In that structure I want to add 2 more fields. So I can also do that activity. Instead of creating everything from the scratch, my business requirement satisfied 80%. 20% I have to do the customization. So that concept is known as enhancements. Okay. So these are the different extraction methods that we have it. And also we will see there is a concept called APD, Analysis Process Designer. This is if you want to extract the data from tables to BW, that can also be done, or from BW to external systems, that can also be done. So we will be covering this topic as well. There's a component called APD. Then reporting. In SAP BW, SAP provides, there's a component called BEX, Business Explorer. Okay, this is an inbuilt component which is delivered by the SAP along with your BW component. Okay, is a reporting tool. It is a reporting tool. The best part of this tool is the output of your report is in Excel sheet. The output of your report is in Excel sheet. Okay, so these are the things what you have in SAP BW. Basically, the SAP BW divides in 3 areas. Modeling, it is nothing but we use different components. We use different components to create your own data flow. Okay, and then extractions, we have the different extraction methods to extract different data. Like logistics model data, there's a different method. For COPA, controlling and profitability, there's a different method. Okay, we can create our own extractor by using the generic extraction. If you want to add new fields, then we use an enhancement. And if you want to transfer the data from table to BW system or from BW to external system, we use APD, Analysis Process Designer. And the reporting, Business Explorer, it is a tool which is provided by the SAP. And the best part of this tool is the output is in Excel sheet. Okay, and we will also be covering the component called business objects. Okay, in other trainings, guys, this they will also consider as a different topic. They will consider this as a different topic. But when you go for an interview for BW position, okay, 90% of the client, they will be asking the business objects as well, because this is also one of the reporting tool. Earlier it was a third-party tool. SAP has acquired this component in 2008. From then onwards, it is also an SAP product. Okay. In this training session, we will be also covering the business object topics. Here we have basically major components, like there's a component called web intelligence reporting. Web intelligence reporting. It is a tool which is used to create an ad hoc reporting, and then you have a Lumira designer. Lumira designer. Okay, this is used to create your dashboards, like with your graphical presentation. Okay, and then a promotion management. If you want to transfer the from one system to we have development system, quality system, production system. How do you move these objects? This is also important. So we'll be covering this part. And there's a one component called IDT, Information Design Tool, or UDT, Universe Design Tool. Okay, this is also one of the like designer, like modeling part. Okay, we'll be covering this topic as well in the same training sessions. We are not going to charge you anything extra. As I told you, when I say if you guys are training from our side and going out, you will be going as a complete analytical consultant, where you'll be getting the knowledge of BW on HANA, and the business objects, and also apart from that, in 1 or 2 hours of session, I will take SAP Cloud Analytics. SAP Cloud Analytics. This is one of the, again, new reporting tool which is within the SAP itself. Okay, this is again, if you want to learn this is a completely different package. So, but yes, whenever you are going for an interview, they will not expect you to, you should also know SAC, but as an analytical consultant, yes, at least you should have a knowledge. What is SAC? How it is different from your BW reporting? Okay, that knowledge you should have it. That is the reason I will also taking a 1 hour of session on SAC, so that at least when they ask you something, you should be able to respond. Okay, fine. Do you have any questions or any doubts over here, guys? And one more thing I see, if you want to get into an IT, industry, the most two important points. One is you should talk. Because when you go for an interview, no one will ask you the system, or no one will give you the book and pen to write it, right? They'll ask you the questions and you should respond. That means you should talk. First point. Second point, if you want to really get benefit of the any training session you join in our course, or if you go and join in any other course, what I expect you guys is, you should ask whether it is the right you should, whatever silly doubt you may have in your mind, please clear it out, because that leads to many misunderstandings, and you'll have the same doubt in your mind, and when you go for an interview, you will be end up with some incorrect answers or inappropriate answers. Okay, that is one point. The other point is, you should speak. As I told you, you should speak, because the more you speak, the more you be familiar with the terminologies. You have to read and you have to speak. And why I said anybody can learn, okay, I have explained you this one. There is nothing technical over here much, only a data flow, means it's a drag and drop, creating the objects, the simple things are there. Yes, there is also some ABAP coding which is required in this BW also, but it is not mandatory that we have to know it. Why? Because in any project, in SAP project, we'll have a specified ABAP resources. So whenever we need ABAP help, we can ask them to create for us. We can ask them to write a program for us always. Okay, so it's not a mandatory. Okay, as I told you, the total duration of the session will be 50 hours. Okay, and daily I'll take 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes for initial 5 days, and from then onwards I'll take daily 1.5 hours specifically. Okay, and every day you'll be getting my notes, what I'm taking, the same like screenshots, I'm writing it over here in the PPT, right? The same thing will be shared. Along with that, you will be getting the recordings. These all the sessions we will record it and we'll send it to you across, or we will put it in the Google Drive. From there you can download it. Okay. Apart from that, you will also getting the notes. You will also getting some materials for the respective topics on the each weekly basis or daily basis based on the topics what you're going to cover. Okay. And the other thing is, I'll be giving 4 assignments in between. Like once we complete the modeling part, then I'll give you the assignment. Then I'll give you, yes, coding will be there for sure. As I told you, the ABAP is a coding language in SAP BW, and when you say BW for HANA, there's a SQL statement, okay, which will be always you can take the help of a ABAPus. There is no, it's not a mandatory thing that you have to learn. You have to know it, okay? It's not a mandatory that you have to know it. But yes, I will show you where to write the code, how to write the code, okay, in which scenarios you have to write the code, so that you can always explain the same thing in the interview. Yes, in this scenario we have to write a code, and this is the code what we have to write it. This is the code that we have to write it, and you can always take, you can say that yes, I have taken the ABAPus help to complete the task. Okay. And at the end of this training session, I will be explaining you the 2 projects end-to-end cycle. How do you get the requirement? How do you prepare your technical specs? What is that you're going to maintain in the technical specs, and what is that you're going to maintain in the functional spec? And how do you do the testing, regression testing? And then also we will be seeing, I will be practically it's not possible to show you how to move the object from one system to another system, but yes, theoretically and single system I will show you how to move the objects, how to collect the objects. Okay. And at the end I'll be also sharing you the BW interview questions, which is important, and also I will share you some sample interview questions, okay, and sample resumes. And I'll expect you to prepare, you see the resume and prepare your own resumes, okay, and send me across so that I can validate, okay, so that I can validate and discuss the same thing with you. And how to prepare for your interviews, I will be taking up 2 sessions, which is apart from this 50 hours, okay. In what are the interview questions that may ask you, and how do you respond, okay, and how do you create your resume. These are the very important points which will be also taken in this training session, guys. Yeah, that's it from my end. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
So small dots, sir.
Yeah.
So when we want to make some, objects in the SAP BW Workbench, so we need to create in real time.
No, as I told you that 70% means, see, SAP has already provided you standard objects, standard reports, standard dashboards, okay. The SAP has already created these objects and they have already delivered. So you have to activate those objects based on your business requirement. Assume that if any object which is not available, yes, at that point of time you have to create the respective objects in the respective place. In the BW, in the modeling, if you want to create an info object, there is a place from where you can create your info objects. If you want to create a cube, there is a place where you have to create a cube. In the same way, you have transformations, you have DTPs, right? You have info sets, you have multi-providers. These are all the components are available. If you want to create your own, yes, you will be able to create in the respective places.
Yes, sir. My doubt is, sorry to interrupting you, sir. My doubt is, once we get the request from our client, so we need to make that, or else if we modified, we need to make the documentation, right?
Yeah, obviously. See, when you see, okay, fine. I will tell you one example. Say, I have an info object called customer, or I will say material. Material is an actually a inventory, right? module. But the same material we can use it in SD as well, right? And warehouse management as well, right? And sometimes we may also see in FI as well. So that means it is a cross-functional object. Okay, this is a master data, global master data we'll call it as. Suppose if I am changing this object, if I am changing to the existing object, we have to maintain, we have to discuss with all the team members, because you are not only the person who is working on BW. There are 4-5 resources who will be working on the BW. So everyone should be intimated, saying that, boss, I have created, I'm doing these changes to this object. Please make sure that whenever you are moving this object to the production or quality, you capture this one, and based on your requirement, make a suitable changes.
Sir, have you got any real-time documents to share with me?
Yeah, we will be sharing, as I told you, right? So I'll be sharing you those a template of a FSD, template of a the technical design document. What are the things you need to maintain? Yes, those all things can be shared.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anything else, guys? Any questions or any doubts? See, for this training, for if you want to learn SAP BW, okay, the most important, as I told you, one is you have to be clear with your doubts. Don't hesitate to ask a simple, stupid question. Okay, we all are. I have also started from your level, right? So I know. Don't worry. No one will be a perfect. So everyone will have some doubts. You clear yourself. That will be advantage for you. Don't think about what others will think. Whether it is the other thing is, if I'm asking you something, whatever you have in your mind, you come up. If it is right, then it is very good. If it is wrong, still it is very good, because you are correcting yourself, right? So that is one point. The other point is, SAP is a navigation system, guys. You have to practice daily at least 2-3 hours. 2-3 hours you have to spend for reading and practicing. Okay, you do this thing, for sure within 2 months you will get a job. Study day-to-day activities, whatever we are covering, please cover that point, and then practice what all the things what I am covering, and also the notes what I am doing, just go through that. That will be more than enough as of now. And then once you complete the training session, then I'll be sharing you with the more documents. Then you go through that, give yourself 1 month of time to read different scenarios, different theoretical part, more of that. Okay, and then you can go and appear for an interview. That should not be a problem, I think. If you spend at least 3 years serious about your career, and if you want to get a job, these things is a mandatory. Don't miss the classes, because these are all connected. Okay, even if you miss one class, again it will be a bit difficult or challenging for you to understand the next day classes. Okay, so don't miss the classes. Give at least 2 hours of time daily. What are the things we are discussing, and practice. And just not only the reading, guys, you have to practice in the system. That is the most important key here. Navigation steps. When I'm doing it here, it seems to be very easy, but yes, when you're doing by yourself for the first time, you will struggling a little bit, but yes, as you go on, it will be very easy. Okay, any doubts or any questions still? Fine. So here in SAP also we have a database. Ultimately, generally any software you take, there will be 3-tier architecture, we can say. Mostly 2-tier or 3-tier. Any software you take, there will be a 2-tier or 3-tier. This is my database layer. This is my application layer. This is my reporting or presentation layer. Okay, database layer is nothing but it will have some databases. Ultimately, the data will be saved, have to be saved in database. Okay, save, it can be your Oracle database I'm talking, not application. Okay, Oracle or your SQL. Okay, or it can be your in SAP we have HANA, HANA. Okay, it is an SAP's product. It is an SAP product. Whenever this application layer is nothing but the if you go to the bank, or like if you go to the ATM machine, you see the screens, right? That is an application. Or in your mobiles also, you have a application, different applications you have. Like you have say WhatsApp chat. That is a front end application. What you have it there, you will chat. When you chat, when you save it, send it, the data will be saved somewhere, right? So that is nothing but your database. That is nothing but your database. This is the place where the data is exactly saved. An application is nothing but a front end application where you perform your day-to-day activities. Perform day-to-day activities. Day-to-day activities. Okay, like even your Gmail. In front end, it is one application. Front end is an application where you write open the Gmail, see the Gmail, write the Gmail, right? So these are all things you do it, right? So that is nothing but a front end application where you perform your activity. Then reporting layer is nothing but to create a reports and generate the reports and perform the analysis on top of that. Okay, fine. So these are the three different layers. Any software or any software or application you take, you will have these three. Any software application you take, you will have these three. Any questions or any doubts over here? What is database layer? What is application layer? And reporting layer? Okay. In the same way, if you see, let's talk about SAP. As I have explained you, SAP is started in 90s actually. Okay, it's in 90s, 92 or something like that. From then it has started. So initially they have started with the R2 version. SAP R by 2. That means two-tier architecture. That means it has only one layer and another layer. It has only two layers, one layer and this is my database layer. Okay, and in this case my 90%, 99% is Oracle is my database only. SAP purchase, if you want to implement SAP, if you want and implement an SAP, I'll show you that one also. Let's see, MSDSC. Okay. Can you see this icon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is an SAP logon pad, we'll say. Okay, this is an like a folder. It's a SAP folder, we can say. Okay. Here what all the systems we have, as I told you, explained you earlier, we may have SAP BW system, we'll have SAP ECC ERP system. Again, in that also we have development, quality, production. So this is a place where you can define those systems. Okay. See, I'm trying to log on. I'm trying to log on here. What is my BW log on? At 1, 2, 3. See, I'm trying to, this is my application. This is my application. Okay. See, this is my SAP application. The backend, what is my database? If you want to see that, okay, from the menu bar, this is known as an, I will explain again. Just I want to show you something here. That's the reason I came here. Okay. If you go to status, okay. If you go to product version, okay, this is database, and where is this? In this one, yeah. Systems, status. Okay, fine. See, this is my database. This is my ECC. There are two systems I have opened. Okay, every system will have a different database. In SAP, we have two things, HANA and Oracle. See, this is my database. What is my database for this system? This is my Oracle. This is my Oracle. Okay, this is my Oracle database. Then, if I go to next system, okay, if I go to next system, here also I have a database. And what is this? Database is my HDB, HANA database, HANA database. So within the SAP itself, we have two databases. One is Oracle DB and the second one is HANA DB. Okay. Okay. So in SAP earlier, as I said, we have two. Initially, they have released two-tier architecture. One is database, which has the database layer. In this case, at that time, they have only one DB only. That is Oracle. Means always whenever you want to implement SAP, you have to purchase a separate hard drive. You need a hard drive for that also, right? So any software, if you want to implement your software in your laptop, every software will have some space, will occupy some space. Okay, suppose your hard drive, laptop hard drive will be there, right? So 500 GB, okay, 1 TB, 2 TB, like that. So in the same way, based on your business requirement, the business team has to purchase some dedicated hardware, that is Oracle hardware. They have to purchase it. Okay, and top of that, you implement software, you install the software SAP. Okay, and this is your application layer. Okay, and part of reporting layer, simple reporting layer, not complicated reporting layers, but it is a simple reports you can generate. Simple reporting layer. Okay, only these two architecture, architecture is available. One is database layer, where exactly it means once you perform your transaction, like here, if I go here, this is my ECC system. Say I want to create a sales order, VA01. Okay. Here VA01. Okay. If I want to create a sales order, say this is the place where you create your sales order. So this is the place where you create your sales order, or MM01. This is the creation of the material. This is the T code. Means this is the place where you create a material. Once you create your material, ultimately the data will be saved in your DB. Ultimately, the data will be saved in your DB. Which DB? Oracle DB. Oracle database. Oracle database. Okay, fine. That is two-tier architecture. Okay, initially SAP released only this part. SAP released this part. Okay, fine. Now, then SAP come up with three-tier architecture. SAP, they have come up with SAP R3. I'm just trying to tell you the versions here, how the naming convention has been changed. Okay, R3. So what is my three-tier architecture? Here it will have a three tiers. So they are separately dedicated reporting layer. They have developed a separately dedicated reporting layer. They have segregated your application and reporting layer. They have segregated your application layer and reporting layer. Reporting layer means whenever you create any transaction, whenever you create anything within the application, it will save the data in your database. And whenever you want to generate the report, at that time the data will get from your, where the data will residing?
Database, sir.
Yes, database layer. So the data will be extracted. The data will be extracted from your database layer and it will be presented in your reporting layer. It will be presented to the reporting layer. Okay, fine. So this is about your three-tier architecture. Even in SAP also, SAP, as I told you in the last class, SAP basically divides into three parts, right? SAP basically divides into three parts. What are those?
Modeling, extraction, reporting.
No. I'm not talking about the BW. I'm talking about SAP. Functional, technical, techno-functional.
Okay.
Functional, technical, techno-functional. Functional, technical, and techno. Okay. When I say functional,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Earlier, you have explained us like the three-tier architecture and two-tier, right, sir?
Right.
And this is SAP means what do you call these function, technical, and techno-functional, sir?
These are your applications. In application means, see, SAP is a product, right? ERP product. Are you agree with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? SAP, this is my ERP product. SAP is a ERP product. Within SAP, what are the different functions we have generally? Sales and distribution. sales and distribution, material management, production planning, finance, HR, project systems, CRM, SRM, SEM. Okay, you have different ERP products. Within the SAP, we have the different modules we have. Sales and distribution module, material management module, production planning module, finance module, HR module, project system module, customer relationship module, supply relationship management, SCM, strategic enterprise management, SCM, so supply chain management. Okay, these are all your modules. These are all known as SAP ERP applications. SAP ERP means modules, different modules. Okay, so this is what I was talking about here. When I say R3, this is the functional areas. In functional areas, we have different modules. What are those? Here, when I say functional, it is, I will say, this is my, we can say SAP R3 initially, R2 or R3 or ECC now. Okay, now presently it is known as S4 HANA. S4 HANA. Okay, these are the different versions we call. In these versions, what are the modules we have? Sales and distribution, material management, production planning, human resource, finance. Okay, all the modules I have explained. SCM, SRM, SCM. Okay, these are all your different modules, which is known as SAP. We can also altogether can also be known as ERP. SAP ERP will say. SAP ERP is same. SAP S4 HANA is same. Okay. SAP R3, R2 or ECC system, which means your functional systems. SD functional, MM functional, PP functional, HR functional. Okay. These are your all different functional modules what you have it. Are you guys clear now? What is ERP? Within the SAP ECC, we call it as all the functional areas known as ERP or ECC or R2 or R3, just based on your version. Now you don't see anything R3 and R2, guys. R3 and R2 is now absolute. There is no more systems. Only what you can find in the market is SAP ECC system or SAP HANA system. S4 HANA system. Only these two you will find. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Then, when it's a functional technical, ABAP, basis, XI or PI, and you have Fury. ABAP, basis, XI or PI or Fury. Clear? So ABAP is nothing but a purely a technical programming language, guys. Within the SAP, if you want to implement, if you want to enhance, if you want to create your own screens, okay, that backend in the, see, if you want to create a website, backend what language you will use here? Java or HTML, right? So in the same way, within the SAP also, we have a programming language. We have its own SAP's programming language, which is known as ABAP. Then basis is nothing but your networking guy. who installs your software, who takes care of your user access, who will take care of the security. Okay, data security I'm talking about, system security I'm talking about. So basis is the person who will be taking care of those activities. XI or PI, exchange interface or process integration. Exchange interface or process integration. If you want to change the data, exchange the data between the systems, like it can be from one SAP system to another non-SAP system, or one SAP system to another SAP system. If you want to exchange the data or transfer the data, then we use XI or PI. Okay, and then Fury. Fury is also like a programming language. Now every software, they are coming up with the apps now, right? So Fury is like a programming language again, which is to create your like front end applications, small icons, like you have WhatsApp app, right? Say in the same way you have some other apps, Instagram app, your Google app, or you have your LinkedIn app. So in the same way, in SAP also they have come up with the dial concepts. Okay, dial concept. So that is the place, means Fury is the programming language through which we can create that, okay. So this is about your Fury, and as I explained you, this is the place where we come. SAP BW or BIW or BI or BW on HANA or BW for HANA. All are same, guys. All are same. Only the versioning is different. Here the R2, R3, ECC, S4 HANA, right? So this is all all are nothing but your one component called functional systems. In the same way, in SAP BW also, means warehouse system also, initially they have given the naming convention of SAP BW, then they have come up with SAP BIW, then again they have come up with BI, then again they have gone with SAP BW on HANA, then they have come up with BW for HANA. The present versioning what you have is in BW for HANA and SAP BI, and also these two are same. On HANA and BW for HANA is almost same. Okay, fine. So this is about your techno-functional. Hope you guys are clear with this part, because this is very important. You should not get confused with the basics. You should be strong with the basics first. You should not have any doubts regarding these points, guys. What if somebody says, okay, I have a ECC system and I have a BI system, then you should say, you should know that when I say ECC system, that means your functional system, SD, MMPP, HR, FI, everything will be there. But based on your business requirement, you can activate only those components which is required. Okay, guys, are you guys clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Then we'll come up with this point. See, initially, as I said, you have separate database, Oracle, right? And a separate database we used to have means this is my database. Oracle is my database. Okay, you are trying to implement software. Okay, some company is there, XYZ company is there. They have many they have many modules. They have sales for Coca-Cola, we'll say Coke, or we'll say something like Samsung. Okay, Samsung company is there and they want to implement the software for this. They need some software to perform your day-to-day transactions. Okay, then they need some application. They need some application. Application is nothing but part of your software. It is part of your software plus hardware. Software plus hardware combinedly known as application. Okay, combinedly known as application. Software is one part and hardware is another part, guys. Software is one part and hardware is another part. Okay, every application you should have a hardware and software. In SAP also we have that. For SAP also we have that. Okay, so SAP is a software. Okay, SAP is a software, and also hardware is my Oracle. Hardware is my Oracle. Okay, then SAP means, if you see in the market, it's always a competition. Is always a competition. If any big organization, if they want to implement software for their organization, they will go into the market research. They will go into the market and they go for research. Okay, for my organization, what is my requirement? Based on my requirement, what is my suitable product? What I have? What is the cost of that product? What is the maintenance of this product? And how good it is? Right? We'll see all those points. In the same way, okay, SAP, when they there are two products which are very good in the market. One is SAP, one is Oracle. Nowadays, if you see, these two are very big competitors. These two products are very big competitors in the market. And then you also have the Microsoft Dynamics. Okay, slowly it's also growing up now. Okay, so but the most strongest components in the market are for the big organization. Now, I'm not talking about the smaller organization. I'm talking about the big organizations where you have manufacturing, you have sales, you have finance, you have production planning of the products. Okay, you have inventory for that. If you are maintaining everything, then it's a big organization where you have all these softwares need to be implied. Okay, fine. So now that means, as we need the Oracle hardware, so earlier we used to use the Oracle. As I told you, there is a competition in the market. Then what SAP has done is, in 2013, 2010, okay, they have done from long back they have started investigating. Why can't we create our own database? Why can't we create our own database so that we need not to depend on third-party tool? Because Oracle is a third-party tool for your SAP. Oracle is a third-party tool for your SAP. So what SAP has done is, they have started thinking, why can't we create our own database? Okay. Then they have come up with a concept called Hana DB. Hana DB. Okay. In 2010, they have released this. In 2010, they have released this Hana DB. Okay. Fine. That means, when I say I have three-tier architecture, okay, here they have taken Hana. They have taken Hana as my database. And this is very highly, guys, highly performance-wise. Data retrieval, data loading is very fast, very fast. Okay, so this is the architecture when they have come up. Okay, fine. When you say Hana, then then they have released SAP S4 Hana. Okay, SAP S4 Hana. In this case, what is there is, when you say Hana DB, means it is like this. Say SAP okay. So here when I say I'll have two versions here. SAP ECC on HANA means only the database has been changed, guys. Application is the same. Application is the same application, older application only. Only instead of your Oracle, they replaced with HANA DB. They replaced with HANA DB. Okay. Then since then 2010 onwards, they have working on this to become more easy, flexible, faster. So now it's not, earlier it is only a database. Only a database. HANA is only a database. Then they have come up with SAP S4 HANA. Here what we are saying, this is only a database. But in S4 HANA is application plus hardware. Application plus hardware. Both are included. Both are included. Okay. So these two mostly merged. So there is a drastic change. There is a drastic change here. There is a drastic change here. Okay. So HANA DB and application layer, both are known as S4 HANA. That means your application layer also has changed. Your application layer, the front application layer from where your front end layer is also changed. This is about the ECC. This is about the ECC. So in the same way for SAP BW also, if you see the how SAP has evolved, history of SAP BW. BW. How it is developed? Initially, versions. If you see the versions, SAP BW 1.0, guys. It has started from that point, 1994. From then onwards, SAP BW 2.x means there are 2.1, 2.2 like that also. Okay. Then SAP 3.x. X version. Then SAP, here also BIW. Okay, BIW, this one is. Then SAP BI 7.0. 7.0 or 7.x. Okay, I'll take 7.0. Here I'll explain all. Okay, then SAP BW 7.1. SAP BW 7.2. SAP, sorry, BI. This is all BI. BW only. BW 7.3. Okay, SAP BW 7.4. SAP BW 7.5. SAP BW on HANA. SAP BW for HANA. Okay, BW for HANA. This is how the version has started. This is how the version has started. From it is started with BW 1.0, 2.x means 2.1, 2.0, 2.3. In the same way, 3.x, 3.1, 3.2, 3.5, and BW's BI 7.0, BW 7.1, BW 7.2, BW 7.3, BW 7.4, BW 7.5, BW on HANA, BW for HANA. Okay, now you can see many clients who are with these versions, guys. Either they will be on 7.4 or 7.5. Okay, there's not much drastic changes here. That's the reason still they are same. Okay, present you can see these products, these versions you can see. These versions you can see presently. Okay, fine. So in the same way, as I said, here initially for BW also, here we'll say BW. Okay, we initially start with Oracle, and then when you say BW on HANA, only the database has been changed. Only the database has been changed, and BW for HANA, hardware plus software, both application and hardware, both are changed here. So there's a different look and feel of the tool and different methods to work on that. Okay, so this is about the evolution of the BW for HANA. Okay, why the naming convention has been changed? Initially they started with BW, BIW, and then BI, business intelligence. Then again they went back to BW for HANA. Why means between here in 2008, SAP has purchased BO, business objects. It is a reporting tool, third-party reporting tool, guys. It is really very good tool. There are two different components here, like three different components basically. One is web intelligence. There are n number of clients, banking specifically the banking sectors. Still they use the crystal reports. Okay, this is one of the best tools. Crystal reports. Okay, and then you have Lumira Designer for dashboards. Creating these three components are very strong component in the market for SAP business objects. Okay, this is the new version. Okay, earlier we used to call dashboard designer. Dashboard designer was there earlier. Okay, so naming convention has been changed on time based, but these three are very strong component. So what SAP has done is SAP has purchased this component in 2008. Why? Because SAP is very good with the database, very good with your applications, very good with the integration, but in the front end it is not that great. So in Oracle also they were very good. So what they did is they have acquired the Hyperion tool. It is one of the planning and reporting tool, Hyperion. Okay, then so it becomes stronger. So what SAP has thought that, okay, we are strong with the application, we are strong with the integration, but we are not good enough with the presentation, we are not good in the reporting, we are not good in the dashboarding. So we need some component. So they were searching for that. In 2008 they have spoke with BO, business objects, which is the reporting third-party reporting tool. Then they have purchased this in 2000, and then since then SAP BW also become very stronger in the reporting areas. Okay, so when they purchase this one, so initially this is known as a business objects. Okay, now if you see, when they bought this also, SAP BO, like it has started with XIR1, then XIR2, then XIR3. When SAP purchased, this was SAP XI BO XIR3 version. Then they have given the naming convention as SAP BO, okay, XIR2, R3, okay, R3. Then they have given the naming convention as SAP BI. When they gave this, till here, if you see here, 7.x version, okay, They started calling us 7.1. But the thing is, in 2008, when SAP purchased this BW, and they have given the naming convention as BI, then they have changed the BW version back to the original name, SAP BW 7.1. Okay, this is the one reason why the naming convention has been changed from BI to BW again, because SAP has purchased this business objects tool in 2008, and as the time goes on, they have developed the component and they have come up with the naming convention for, because this is the perfect name for the reporting, business intelligence. Intelligence is nothing but presenting the data of the information. Okay, so that is the reason they have changed the naming convention. Okay guys, are you clear with this evolution history of SAP BW?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, great. Okay. Okay guys, I won't take much today. Okay, I'll stop it over here for today, and tomorrow we'll start the actual SAP we'll start with data warehousing topics. Okay, from tomorrow onwards I'll give you the notes. SAP, not SAP, I'll take the data warehouse. Okay, because this is most important. The concept of BW, they have taken it from the data warehouse topics only. Okay, so here we talk about the schemas, architecture, we'll talk about the architecture, and then we'll speak about the schemas, and then we'll speak about OLTP versus OLAP. This is important. These three topics will be covered in the data warehouse topics, and once we are done with this, then it will take 2 days, 2 sessions guys, and once we are done with this, then we'll start the BW. We'll jump into the BW, then we'll see what are the different components what we have in SAP BW, and then we go on. Okay guys, so do you have any questions or any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay then, so I'll wind up the session for today. Okay, tomorrow we'll see at the same time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.